Hi all, Silvas here and welcome in this year TFnation special. This time I will look at Transformers Prime Beast Hunters Arcee. TFnation is a Transformers convention that unites all the fans of Transformers from the whole world. It lets us meet together, talk about our favorite characters, buy a bunch of toys, and of course meet all the big chaps that work behind the scenes, animators, scriptwriters, and the actors. But sadly, due to the virus, this year, TFnation was just a Twitch broadcast. But before everything went to shit, one of the guests that was announced was Sumeli Montano, the voice actress of Arcee from Transformers Prime. I decided to review this toy that was released in the Deluxe class in the year 2013 as a remold of the normal Prime Robots in Disguise Deluxe Arcee. Arcee is the tough melee fighter and scout of Team Prime that used to work alongside Cliffjumper. Together they got along really well until Starscream captured Cliff and used him as a guinea pig for his Dark Energon experiments. This toy though is supposed to represent Arcee's upgraded form that she took on after Shockwave revived his Predacons. It never appeared in any of the animations. This banging beautiful beast hunting babe is molded in this really nice purplish grey and dark blue. It works much better than this like cobaltish blue of the original toy. Her head sculpt is weirdly calm for a character which I mostly remember for being murderously angry. At least the head has some lovely light piping, even having molded in irises. The remolded parts are the fish-like fins on her back, wings, legs, and also her wrist blades were turned around. In the accessory department, Arcee comes with a Echo Hawk bow, which is a gigantic bow that has two spring-loaded missiles that are really sensitive. Just like Arcee if you mention Cliffjumper to her. Yeah, what you gonna do to me? Oh, okay, I didn't say anything. Arcee can hold the bow by those two 5mm prongs, with either one hand or two, rocking it Magnus style. Pretty smart design for a bow weapon. The bow can also hinge in some parts, so it lets you move it into some more dynamic poses. Or can I know, turn into some weird spider thingy. The main figure itself also has some nice articulation. She can move her head, which is on a ball joint. She can diagonally cross her arms, with two ball joints in her arms. One is in the shoulder, while other is in the elbow. She can do some cocky hand moves, with the ball joints in her wrist. Legs are also ball jointed in the waist, as well as they can rotate in the thigh. Combine that with some knee articulation and she can pull off some great jumping and airborne poses. She also looks really cute with her Minicon. You know what, since I'm already reviewing Beast Hunters Arcee and I mentioned the original Prime Arcee, let me just give a small bit to this Minicon Arcee. This wide girl is Arcee's Minicon that was released in Japan in the Gashapon machines. But thankfully, UK got some of them as singular releases in small foil bags. Weirdly, this Minicon is molded in a shade of blue that looks more like the blue on Beast Hunters Arcee than the blue on the normal Arcee. By the way, I painted all the silver bits myself, other than the face. I don't think any type of paint would help this face. Her articulation is really limited. Arms can rotate, and due to the way her arms are molded, she can only like punch her knuckles. Her legs are also really limited. They can just move forward, back, and maybe side to side. But that's only if you manage to get her to stand. She can also transform into this small sword, since the whole shtick of Prime Minicons was that they could transform into weapons for the bulks. But be careful with the Arcee Minicon, since due to the way how small the clips are that hold her legs, if you transform her too much, they simply fucking snap. Okay, let's get back to the main show by comparing Arcee with Beast Hunters Ripclaw, original Prime Arcee, part of the Prime's Rega, and my boy, Magazine Bumblebee. It's time for Arcee to use this gigantic wheel kibble on her back and transform into her alt mode, which is a blue and purple bike. I really like this alt mode. It perfectly shows what was one of my favorite traits of Beast Hunters: the combination of robot modes with animal-like equipment and design pieces. Like, it looks especially well on Knockout, where his natural red nicely complements the dark green of his crocodile equipment, as also you can see like the jaw of crocodile, the eyes, and his weapon turns into some type of a tail. Going back to Arcee, we can see that her bike mode now has a lot of bat, fish influences. You can see it in those fins on her back, the fins on her back wheel, and those small fin plates. Oh, also the bike mode shows off a thing that all the Beast Hunters toy had. Is this weird swirly molded plastic. I don't know if it will be visible on the camera, but the Hunter Arcee has this weird purple swirl. You can also store her bow in the alt mode on her front by sliding it under her front wheel. Not gonna lie, this looks kinda badass. Now let's compare the bike mode with Beast Hunters Ripclaw Dragon mode, original Prime Arcee bike mode, Powder Prime's regular bike mode, and my boy Magazine Bumblebee. Okay, so final opinion. Beast Hunters Arcee kinda reminds me of like those weird and wacky late releases He-Man or Turtle toys. Like, you know how they did all of those Rocket Punch, He-Man, Wacky Action Leonardo, etc, etc. You know what I mean, you get that vibe. I'm sure that if this toy was released in the 90s, it would be called like Hyperbow Shooting Arcee. It simply packs this type of energy. Imagine it as a weird brand Digivolution from the normal Arcee, while the Arcee Minicon, she's okay, as long as she won't self-destruct due to the design flaws. So, thank you for watching, I hope you had nice TFnation. Don't forget to like, subscribe, check out all my social media, and don't forget, see you in the next year on TFnation 2021. At least I hope. Bye!